Hello everyone, it's another video here by The Legend, and this is a top 3 tier list for you guys today. I'm going to be talking about some of the pros and cons about these 3 champions. Now let's get right into it. First, we're going to start off with number 3 on the list, and that's going to be Yasuo. Yasuo here is strong once more again in the top lane, even after the recent nerf of his ultimate that does not allow him to get the armor pen unless he is critting. Now let's move on to some of the pros he has here. He has a very strong early, mid, and late game if played properly. This champion's actually quite broken in a lot of circumstances, but people tend to misplay him constantly and makes him look a lot less of a champion than he really is. But otherwise, he's a very strong early, mid, and late game champion. He's a very high skill cap and very high outplay ability due to his relatively difficult kit, or very high skill cap kit, where he could just, if you're a good player, you're really good at Yasuo, it really shows, and you'll differentiate yourself from other Yasuo players. Yasuo wins 50% of the matchups top lane, due to the fact that in a lot of bruisers like Fiora, Renekton, even some of the tanks like Malphite, Maokai will beat him in certain circumstances, especially when there is jungle pressure applied onto Yasuo. Other than that, he wins about 50% of the matchups. If you're, the better you are at Yasuo, the better you are at knowing the matchups, the more jungle pressure that your jungler gives you will mean all the difference in that laning phase. Other than that, some of the cons we have here is, like I said, talked about before, the ult nerfs. He has no escape and he's prone to ganks. That's one of the real big downsides to playing Yasuo top, is that if you get a little bit behind, if you get ganked one too many times, it's pretty much over for you in that lane for the most part. Most top laners will just snowball the shit out of you and you just end up getting dove for the rest of the game. Other than that, that's about it for Yasuo. Now we're going to move on to number 2 on the list. Number 2 on the list here is Maokai. Let's start off with some of his pros. He has a lot of sustain in lane due to the fact of, his passive, whatever ability is spammed in a certain range of him, he will get the sustain from his passive when he auto attacks minions or champions. He has a lot of CC. He's very tanky now, especially with the new mastery. He just has to land a slow or his root, and he gets a shield for 4 seconds based on his percentage of his HP, if I'm not mistaken. He also has a lot of damage. Surprisingly, he has a lot of damage in lane. His W does percentage health and magic damage, and his Q just has pretty good base. His E does a significant amount of damage. He's just a very strong laner in general. Some of his cons is he has no escape, so just like Yasuo, he's prone to being ganked. Another thing is that he is prone to getting camped, if I have not already said that. He has a really weak early game. His level 1 through 3 is pretty weak. If you do mess up that, you will be in a shithole. You have to pay attention, make sure you just don't die, don't fall too behind in CS early game, or it will suck for you later. Going on from that, we're going to go on to number 1 on the list, and this is not surprising to most people. Jace. Let me see here for Jace. His pros, that he's fucking broken. He's broken early, mid, and late game. This champion's absolutely broken. I honestly think he's so strong, he needs to get hotfixed. He has almost no cons. He has very low mana cost, very low CDs. His ult, you don't have to put point in it for it to get upgraded, so you actually get an extra point in your abilities when you hit level 6, 11, and 17, 16, 17, whenever you get the 3rd point. He's just absolutely broken, honestly. There's nothing bad about him right now. He wins every single lane matchup top lane if played half decently. The champ's just obnoxious. I mean, he's just the strongest top laner bar none right now, so if you guys just get on this champion, it's practically a free win in that lane phase. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video.